Hello guys and welcome to my first ever vlog, or at least vlog where I talk straight to the camera like this. And also welcome to Costa Rica. This is in fact my first time on this side of the planet, including North, Central and South America. It's just me for the moment, but my good old pal CJ Blardorni is gonna arrive in just a few hours to get the trip started.
After leaving a snowy and cold Sweden, I couldn't be more excited to start exploring Costa Rica and its nature and wildlife.
Oh!
Yes, finally. Last time in the Philippines, now back united on the other side of the
On the other side of the world, that's
Now with the duo gathered, we set out on the adventure. First stop, Tortuguero National Park. A place located just next to the Caribbean Ocean and mostly known for its incredible wildlife, starting in the picturesque and beautiful town on Tortuguero.
First real day of adventure, and first early morning is already a very promising sunrise. We are gonna go on a canoe tour.
Hopefully we get some exotic animals.
This is Minor, our tour guide for the day and an overall legend. He moved here as a 3-year-old and has been growing side by side with the diverse animal life, all as part of the same ecosystem.
We live practically together. As you know, everything is part of the chain. I really love this country. Costa Rica is one of the only countries without army because our government prefer to spend its money in schools, also like national park. We have 65 different protected areas around all the country.
So if you guys are wondering what we're doing here in Costa Rica, we are actually filming a short documentary about preservation and sustainability work here with wildlife and nature. And we are filming it together with ThisWorld. You can check out the final full video in the description below. So we just arrived in Monteverde and we met up with this awesome man, Alvaro.
Hello.
A wildlife photographer from Costa Rica, and his work is amazing. Very grateful for him showing us around. Do you have any advice, quick advice to anyone starting out with wildlife photography?
Well, for sure you need to be very passionate about what you exactly do. So you need to go a lot of times to the same places to try to get different light. Advice to the people to wait a little bit and then try to understand the behavior of the animals.
Yeah, we noticed already that you have to be very patient because it's like 30 minutes waiting and then all of a sudden you have to get the shot like in 20 seconds. You told us earlier that it's very important to have the subject separated from the background.
It is really important to have that. You really want to have some blurry backgrounds, so you want to be, well, the F number and the depth of field works like that. You need to have not only a low F number, but as well you need to have the subject really far away from the background. It's not always possible in the forest, but you will try to do that.
That's a sick volcano like.
Disgusting vlogger. So, good morning, Costa Rica. What a beautiful morning it is. Today we're gonna go to Eco Center here in around the Arnold volcano.
Waterfalls, volcanoes, animals, wildlife, pura vida.
Pura vida, that's all we need. With that said, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of the video, Epidemic Sounds. I've used Epidemic Sounds sound effects as my go-to sound effect library for a long time, and I just recently discovered their huge selection of music as well. So I started using it everything from client work to personal projects. To really show the importance of good sound effects and music, I will play this next sequence without any audio first, then I will play it with the sound effects from Epidemic Sounds, and then finally with the sound effects and music from Epidemic Sounds.
What's in your hand at the moment?
These are my new friends. This is Susie. Oh no, Susie! Where are you going? Okay, so Susie's gone. Now it's only Bert. Say hello to Bert.
So, finally got to see a sloth up close. We didn't expect it, Erik.
We saw it a few hours ago up in the tree, and now we decided to go back just before we left. And yeah, it was going down to the ground actually. They do this once or twice a week maximum.
Oh yeah, man, they're so cute, man. They move so slow. While they're going down, they just basically look at you slowly like, who are these people, huh?
Our group just extended from 2 douches to 3 douches. What up, man?
Yo, what's happening? What's happening?
This is Jeff. So Jeff is gonna join us for the next week here in Costa Rica. What are your expectations, bro?
Dude, I'm trying to see some waterfalls, animals, see some beaches, some cliffs, hang out with the boys. Just trying to hike.
My legs are shattered right now. But definitely looking forward to more hikes.
He could barely walk this morning.
This is pretty steep, man. And Erik found this nice beach. He hasn't shown us any photos.
Off-roading, it's been what, hour and a half.
No civilization nearby. We're gonna get a puncture on the car and we're gonna get stranded here.
Not ready for that, boy.
Oh shit.
Yeah, sorry. Oh,
We did it! Yes!
After driving on steep and sketchy roads for about 3 hours, and by pure luck not getting stuck, we arrived just in time for our first incredible sunset of the trip.
Here's Erik enjoying the sunset.
Finally, Costa Rica, baby! Yes!
Let's go! How was the first day with us shooting, man?
Dude, it was incredible, man. Just meeting new people, like-minded people, learning from them, sharing memories, good stories on the road.
So we just made it to a place that is the enemy of the jungle and biodiversity. We made it to a palm oil plantation. This kind of plantation wipes out the ecosystem and drains the soils and the rivers in the area because they are very resource heavy.
Driving beside, like on the road, like you see a lot of these, but you don't really like see how wide or how vast it is until you fly the drone, and it just goes like kilometers and kilometers, and you see no animals here. Like there's no birds chirping, like it's so quiet here. It's just basically the trees, that's it.
It's just quiet. It's just dead.
After experiencing the devastation the palm oil industry have on biodiversity and wildlife corridors, we continued to Corcovado, the most biodiverse area in the world, including 2.5 of the world's biodiversity, and the last stop of our trip in Costa Rica.
Yeah, man, how you feeling? It looks like you had a lot of sleep, man.
Good morning, people. Today is a very exciting morning. The final mission, the final boss. We made it to Corcovado National Park, the big one. The entire day we're gonna explore Corcovado National Park, the biodiversity, and yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Okay, so we had one of the best wildlife experiences so far. The squirrel monkeys were so playful. They were literally coming to us, and they were at some point 1 meter away from us. And we even had a mom and its baby just next to us. The mom even abandoned the baby just in front of our faces. They were that comfortable with us.
Definitely like one of a kind. Like you can't really get this anywhere else, or at least I haven't.
So it's been 2 weeks here in Costa Rica. We have filmed a lot of wildlife. We are here to share some of our learnings. My first tip would be to shoot in a higher frame rate. That would be 50, 60 or 120 FPS. That way you can slow down the footage in situations where they fly away or move fast or you're just too shaky on the hands. CJ?
Second tip coming from me would be having the right equipment. Usually they say it's not about the equipment with photography or videography, but with wildlife, because they're moving so fast and usually they're so far away from you. So I think having a more zoomed lens. Me personally, I brought the wrong lens. I have a 24-70 and I'm struggling.
My second advice would be to switch between autofocus and manual focus. I actually don't have autofocus on my camera, but I know that in a lot of situations it will come in very clutch, especially when it's an open field and animals are moving very quickly. Whilst manual focus is better if you're in the jungle and there are trees and stuff in the way that the autofocus might track instead of the animal itself.
Another advice coming from me would be alert and just always be ready to shoot, because you know how with wildlife it is so fast, so agile, and sometimes it's just you just miss some shots. So being alert is another advice coming from me. Last one?
Yeah, so last one, I would say that's the first day of our trip that I made this mistake, is to not bring enough batteries and memory cards. First day both my batteries ran out and my memory card got full, so I missed a lot of good opportunities in the end of the tour that we had that day.
Wildlife, photos or videos is so fun, first time, but definitely not going to be your last for me, and I'm looking forward to more adventures like this.